The politics over hijab showdown is turning uglier. Netas, as it appears, are feeling free to throw shocking remarks, even targeting women. Now, in an updated reaction coming in, a Karnataka Congress leader has made an objectionable remark, as it can be said, on rape, women and the hijab in India. He's given a bizarre analogy. Karnataka Congress leader Zameer Ahmed has said rapes are increasing in India because women do not cover themselves anymore and do not wear the headscarf, claiming that purdah in Islam is used to hide the beauty of Muslim women. This Congress leader basically is given an inference that no hijab, no headscarf, no purdah means inviting rape. Now, this shocking remark, and you'll just hear that soon, comes at a time, remember, when already the controversy over the headscarf or burqa, whether in educational institutions or otherwise, is simmering across India.
हिजाब मतलब मुसलमान के अंदर इमाम के अंदर गोशा पर्दा बोलते हैं। वो शायद उनके घर में औरत बच्ची है नहीं मालूम है मेरे को, अगर औरत बच्ची होता तो मालूम होता था। ये हिजाब रखने का मतलब क्या है? ये हिजाब क्या, औरत बच्ची जो होती है, जो बड़ी होने के बाद जो है उनको गोशे पर्दे में रखते हैं। आज आप देखे होंगे कि हिंदुस्तान के अंदर मेरे ख्याल से रेप रेट जो है वो सबसे हाईएस्ट हिंदुस्तान के अंदर है। वजह क्या है? ये गोशे पर्दे में नहीं होने की वजह से। कंपलसरी पहनना करके नहीं है, जिसको पहनना है, जिसको हिफाजत कर लेना है, जिसको उसको खूबसूरतता की दूसरे को नहीं दिखाना है, वो लोग हिजाब पहनते हैं। ऐसा नहीं कि कंपलसरी हिजाब पहनना करके। ये हमारे को दुख का है, ये बीजेपी वाले उनके पॉलिटिकल बेनिफिट के लिए बच्चों, विद्यार्थी लोग को, बच्चे लोग को, जो स्टूडेंट्स को, उनको इस्तेमाल करके केसी साल पिना के उनको जो है जात पात सिखा रहे, वो दुख हो रहा है।
I'm now joined by Syed Azad Abbas as a political commentator. We'll also soon be joined by other parties as well, because this has become such a big controversy right now. We've not been able to have the Congress spokesperson for now. We would have loved to have a reaction, and they're most welcome to join in as and when they feel on this discussion. But Asad, how is this Congress Neta helping in the conversation, which is definitely getting so polarizing, about the hijab? Because Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, who's the top post Neta of the Congress party, has said it's a matter of choice. Now, we can debate that further. But when a Neta, an MLA, says you're not covering yourself is the reason you're inviting rape, doesn't really help either the party or the girls, specifically in Karnataka, Asad.
First and foremost, let me take a line from Sudha Murthy ji, who is a very progressive woman, but chooses to wear a sari or a salwar kameez. The fact of the matter, a woman may wear jeans, may wear sari, salwar kameez, or any attire. We need to understand that regressive or progressive is in the mind, especially when it comes to the politicians, be it a Congress Neta or even a BJP Neta like a Renuka Charya, who said that women wear clothes which excite men and lead to rapes. And both these leaders are here from Karnataka. I think we need to understand that let us respect women. Let us give the freedom of choice to the women, whether they want to cover their head, whether they want to cover their body. And it is their choice to wear what they want. As for a matter of fact, we need to understand that India is a sovereign socialist secular republic. It is much beyond what a man and woman can wear. It gets very patriarchal when men dictate women what they need to wear. I truly believe that Pooja ji, yourself, or many other women who are working at your prestigious news channel or even otherwise, be it a Priyanka Gandhi or a Smriti Irani ji, it all depends on their choice and how they want to take it forward. Irrespectively, we men, irrespective of the politics, need to respect their choice and need to respect how it goes forward.
Sure. So what you're making, Asad, is perhaps a more generic, wider remark. But my issue here is, do you think what started at a school uniform mandate, a protocol that should have been resolved there, has become this full-blown political war where these comments are coming in? Because as of now, it all appears this is being mandated by political outfits, political parties, men. And what is happening on the ground is girls are being conditioned to take a stand when they could just focus on their education.
I'll get, certainly, being from the land of Karnataka, I'll get straight to the point. As a matter of fact, we speak of the school in Udupi. Udupi is a district where I have been to. I've been staying in this beautiful land since over 30 years. I have traveled the length and breadth of Karnataka. And I can tell you, in the school of Udupi, Mandya, Chikmagalur, Kundapur, all these places where we see so much of a buzz with respect to the hijab, let me tell you, on the January 5th, last month, when these girls were stopped from wearing a hijab, Alia, Saida and Zarfa took out the admission prospectus of the school's rule book, which clearly said that you can wear a headscarf, but it must match with the uniform. Uniform is a must and should. There are no two ways about it. But if you wish to wear a headscarf, it has to be color coordinated, matched with the uniform. And let me tell you, Poojaji, from last several years, these girls have been wearing a hijab. Not just them, but my family and many others I know.
I'll add it here, Asad, I'll add it here. They were not wearing it in that school, in that classroom. And that is what even the school has said. My only point is, were they being prompted? Because eventually what has happened is it is about the girls who are only going to suffer amid the political bickering. But please stay on with me, because Shazia Ilmi has also come from the Bharatiya Janata Party. Shazia, this comment that has come from the Congress MLA about, rapes are increasing in Islam, purdah is imminent, it's to hide the beauty of a woman. I mean, for me to even reiterate it, and, I do not want to bring in personal religious aspects here, but you're a fairly progressive Muslim woman. When you hear of these comments, don't you think it puts more pressure on young Muslim girls to follow it? Because what if they don't wear it? What happens to them?
So first of all, I would like to say, Pooja Shali, that we should leave politics out of it. And because I don't think political parties should have a stake in this. Karnataka, as we know, whether it's a matter of law and order or education, whether it's a state board, and whether it's a matter of a court, they should decide the matter. And this is within the domain of the state jurisdiction and administration. And now the courts are presiding over the matter. So I don't have a stake there at all where politics of this goes, because we will submit ourselves to the rule of law and to what the courts have to say. But as a Muslim woman, as somebody who comes from from a political, not political, but a apolitical, social, middle class kind of a situation in Kanpur, from a conservative Sunni background, and an area which is known as Chamanganj in Kanpur. It was very difficult. So some of us in our own time have really fought it, and it's not been very easy to fight it, know. And it's our parents go through a lot, because my mother used to wear a burqa. And when you say that it's a woman's choice, I mean, these girls are 13 and 14 and 15. And so there's something called social conditioning. So when you see everyone else around you in your social milieu wearing it and wearing a burqa or a niqab, you feel that is the right way to be. So, but there's no real choice in the matter.
Asad wants
so as a woman, I would like to say, who's in her own generation, who's fought it,
correct,
whose mother wore one. And I think we should leave it to the school, and we should not politicize it. And also, I would like to say a very important thing, that, burqa is, the word hijab has been mentioned 7 times in Quran Sharif, and nowhere is it associated with the hair. It's a covering that is to cover your chest, and there is a geographical and a context to it. And it predates, and with niqab and or veil predates Islam. Okay. So anybody who's really read it and who knows about it would not make it about Islam. So I just want to delineate the entire argument from Islam and from politics, and then talk about it from the point of view of a Muslim girl who needs to live without any social pressure to
Shazia, Asad appears to have an interjection. I'll give him that opportunity. Asad, go ahead.
I will certainly respect the choice of Shazia Ilmi ji, who undoubtedly, irrespective of her wearing a hijab or not, a salwar kameez or not, a sari or not, is a progressive woman. I truly believe that a woman, Shazia Ilmi ji's respective mother chose to wear a burqa. I respect that. Shazia ji did not choose to wear a burqa. I absolutely respect that. It is her choice. As a matter of fact, I take great pride in Kiran Majumdar Shaw ji, who wears a salwar kameez, and by the way, she's India's first self-made billionaire woman. Like Sudha Murthy ji said,
Asad, I think Asad, my request here will be, let's not talk about choice and all of that, because yes, that is a fair point, but it's also a larger discussion. My point today will be, because this is a developing story, when politicians like these make such comments, what impression are you telling young women?
Pooja ji. Yes, I'll get straight to that. Let me take this opportunity on your show Absolutely. Let me take this opportunity on your show and condemn the statement made by the politician. I think we must understand that such statements are the reason why we are polarized.
I think you've given
it's my time. Allow me.
I think you've given a lot of chance to speaking.
Got it. You're condemning what the Neta has said.
I heard your complete point, ma'am. Allow me 30 seconds
yes.
to please make my point. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, let me tell you that the Bharatiya Janata Party MLA Renukacharya on the same hijab issue, MLA Renukacharya said that what women wear excites men to do rapes. Don't Shazia ji condemn this MLA from BJP Karnataka?
Yes, yes.
And also
yes.
I'll add here, Shazia, I'll add here, Anil Vij,
yes.
the minister in Haryana said hijab mein aate hain ya atangwadi aate hain. You know, that also is a problem, Shazia.
That's the difference.
Yes. No, not that
BJP
netas haven't made objectionable comments.
You make it all about BJP, and you know, BJP has no stake in this. You don't understand, and as a national spokesperson, I really don't have a political stake in it. I speak as a
Asad, let her respond. Let her respond. Yes.
Let me respond. So I said it earlier, and I do it many times. This is not about the BJP. You don't get it, Sayyid. You know, your identity is not that of a political being. All the time, you can't be doing politics. Like, I can't be doing... I am condemning it. I'm condemning it now. Be quiet. You'll have to listen to me. You'll have to be tolerant and listen to someone else, you know. Pooja Shali...
Let us speak. Asad, let us speak. Shazia, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll have to ask this gentleman who's not being a gentlemanly to allow me to speak. So I don't think politicians should have too much of a stake.
You need to condemn.
You know, so you need to calm down a bit. No, allow me to speak.
Who made such
Asad, let us speak. Asad, let us speak. Asad, let her speak. Yes, let's hear her. Shazia, go ahead.
Whoever it is, I'm telling you, I don't think politicians should have a stake in it. This is nothing to do with Islam. It's a customary thing, and so let's delineate it from Islam. ये जो है कुरान शरीफ में एक एसेंशियल हिस्सा नहीं है. दूसरा, इसको पॉलिटिक्स से नहीं जोड़ने की जरूरत है. अब मैं हिंदी में बोल दूं या उर्दू में, जिससे आपको समझ पाए आप, क्योंकि आप समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं. चाहे बीजेपी लीडर ने कहा हो या सपा के लीडर ने कहा हो, गलत कहा है. अगर किसी ने भी कहा है, मैं इसको कहते हैं, क्यों औरतों के जिस्मों के बारे में और उनके कपड़ों के बारे में कोई भी बोलता है, कहीं पे भी बोलता है, वो गलत है.
Shazia, what about Anil Vij, who also made a statement today? I'm specifically asking you about him because he said...
And the Congress leader who said these women invite rape is a horrific thing to say.
Sure.
So are you saying people like Pooja and I will be inviting rape?
Sure, that's
the Congress party saying
exactly.
that.
And we are fairly, we have reached a certain level to take that decision. What about young girls? Shazia, no. Shazia, I want to know, what about Anil Vij? Anil Vij who says...
And I invite rape?
No, but what about Anil Vij who has said sometimes they come as Atangwadi, sometimes they're wearing a hijab?
Is Priyanka Gandhi inviting rape? Is Mayawati
Okay, now allow me to come in.
Okay, let's bring in Asad.
Is Shazia inviting rape?
Allow me to come in.
Yes.
Allow me to come in. Okay. Now, first and foremost, Shazia ji, let us say this matter is sub judice and the courts will decide whether this is an essential religious practice or not. Well, my belief, my faith says in the Surah Nisa, Surah Noor, that it is in the
Surah Noor. Surah Noor is
the
Surah Noor is the one. Obviously, it's a matter of interpretation.
You're speaking over me. Pooja ji, please allow me, ma'am. I heard you patiently. Now allow me. First and foremost, now let us leave it to the honorable judgment, essential religious practice or not. As per my faith and belief, it is an essential religious practice, but I have great faith in the High Court of Karnataka for this.
It's not.
Now coming to this,
it's not.
You did not hear when it comes to Congress leaders, you will attack them. Anil Vij said, related a hijab to terrorism. Are you acceptable? What action did you take against Anil Vij? What action did you take against such sexist remarks made by your leaders that what clothes they wear excite men?
But you don't take
an action.
Okay. No. I don't know whether he called hijab or terrorism. I don't know whether he called that. But when I talk about Congress, why are you so scared?
When you say Beti Padhao,
what happens to you, Sayyid?
you
क्या
need
हो
to take
जाता है?
action against these people of your party.
Azam Khan
or mere lip service.
Okay.
Okay,
Shazia and Asad, yes.
What happens to you? I don't know what happens to you.
Okay, let me ask that question. Asad, hold on. Okay, if we talk over each other, we cannot understand. Okay. No, Asad, you made a point. Shazia, Asad, you made a point. You made a point.
I'm sorry.
You made your point. Okay, no, but I have a question here. I am moderating the discussion. Okay, Shazia.
You don't even know your Quran Sharif.
Okay.
And you pretend to be a Muslim.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Shazia, okay, both of you.
It doesn't mention mention hair when the Arabic equivalent of hair is not there in Surah.
The fact of the matter.
Shazia, my question here is, I will request both of you to please take a breather. Please take a breather. This is not about religion. This is not about religion right now. What I want to discuss here, Shazia, because you're also a politician now, and in many ways this issue could possibly be personal to you. How do you think politicians need to react now? Because one by one, it is like competitive, ugly politics. Owaisi clearly now at a point saying right now during elections that there will be a hijab prime minister. Now, there's no problem if that happens. At this point, what kind of comments do you think the politicians need to give so that they need to soothe tempers? Otherwise, it just appears all of them are jumping in to say the most bizarre analogies and hypothetical situations.
I really would like to appeal to everybody, and this goes because I don't speak now as a political person. I've had my own journey and I've had my own battle with my identity. So I would like to just say that just leave this be to the wisdom of the courts. And I bow myself to the law of the land. I know our judiciary and our judges will do good by us, or as they have always. And I don't think this is a political issue at all. I don't think also that hijab is an essential part of Islam, because anybody who's read it and who knows...
Why are you saying this is not a political issue, Shazia? I'm not able to understand that, because I think it is purely political.
You know why I'm saying it? You know why I'm saying it? Because I really want politics not to be done, because I know this will only make it uglier and it'll worsen the situation for
Asad,
women.
okay.
I want everybody to refrain from politics.
Asad, as I don't have much time, before you, you want to respond to that? Okay. My question to you, don't you think at this point Congress has completely made a self-goal with a shocking comment like that, which I'm sure nobody will agree to? Such a comment coming in from Karnataka leader has definitely going to isolate the Congress party on this issue.
There are no two ways about it, Pooja ji. All these respective parties, be it a Congress or the BJP, who make such statements, I think it's highly condemnable. I think Priyanka Gandhi ji speaks of ladki ho, ladki sakti ho, and a party, a member of their own, makes such a statement. Okay. The fact of the matter that the BJP spokesperson comes and says, let's not make it political, but their own leaders here in Karnataka are making political. What is the disciplinary action do you take? Merely condemning and lip service is not enough on this. You need to take action against such leaders who come and make such sexist
and eventually, as I thank you, Asad, and also Shazia Ilmi, the fact is our netas right now in this competitive, ugly politics actually playing to the side of the fundamentalists on both sides, which will eventually harm India. Thank you so much, Shazia, and also to Syed Asad for all your views. And this is a developing story. We'll try and get you as many reactions. This one coming in because Karnataka Neta made that remark. It's a wrap for now. Thank you so much for watching. You can always log on to indiatoday.in. Take care.